Tenochtitlan, a floating city of stone and brilliance rising out of a lake like an impossible dream. At its height, it held hundreds of thousands of people, markets louder than modern cities, temples towering over the valley. And then, within a generation, it vanished. This is the story of how the Aztec Empire rose from nothing and how it collapsed with shocking speed. The origin. In the early 1200s, the Valley of Mexico was a mosaic of powerful kingdoms. The Toltecs had fallen, and new city-states fought to fill the vacuum. Into this world came a small nomadic tribe, the Mexica. They were poor, unwanted, and frequently pushed aside. According to their tradition, they followed a prophecy to settle where they found an eagle perched on a cactus, devouring a serpent. For decades they wandered, serving stronger kingdoms as mercenaries. Their luck changed in 1325, when the prophecy's sign appeared on a small island in Lake Texcoco. There the Mexica began building a city they called Tenochtitlan. At first, it was little more than mud, reeds, and ambition. But the location was defensible, and the Mexica had something rare in the valley: relentless resolve. The rise. Over the next century, the Mexica grew in strength. Their warriors gained a reputation for discipline and fearlessness. Their leaders understood politics, forming alliances when useful and crushing rivals when necessary. By 1428, the Mexica joined with Texcoco and Tlacopan to form the legendary Triple Alliance. Together, they began conquering the surrounding regions. Tribute flowed into Tenochtitlan: food, cotton, gold, obsidian, feathers, and labor. The city transformed. Canals, causeways, temples, and markets expanded. Tenochtitlan became the beating heart of a new empire. The height of power. By the late 1400s, under rulers like Ahuitzotl and Moctezuma II, the Aztec Empire dominated central Mexico. Their population surged, their armies stretched across mountains and coastlines. Their economy rivaled anything seen in Europe. Tenochtitlan amazed visitors. Enormous temples touched the sky. Gardens floated on the lake. Clean streets, aqueducts, and organized markets gave the city a sophistication unusual for its era. The empire's wealth rested on tribute and intimidation. Conquest fed both their economy and their ritual life, which demanded captives for ceremonial offerings. This fear kept tributary states obedient, but resentment quietly simmered beneath the surface. The First Contact. In 1519, strangers appeared on the eastern coast. They arrived on floating towers with steel weapons, horses, and unfamiliar diseases. Hernán Cortés and his expedition marched inland. The Aztecs observed them with suspicion and curiosity. Some saw omens, others saw an opportunity. Cortés exploited rivalries. Many indigenous groups were ready to fight the Aztecs after decades of heavy tribute. They joined the Spaniards, forming a massive coalition that made Cortés far more dangerous than his small force suggested. The turning point. Moctezuma II allowed Cortés into Tenochtitlan, hoping diplomacy would control the situation. Instead, the Spaniards seized him, placing the emperor under house arrest. Tensions built until they snapped. Violence erupted. The Spaniards attempted to flee the city in a desperate night escape known as La Noche Triste, the Night of Sorrows. Many were killed, but the damage had already been done. Smallpox arrived shortly after. The disease swept through the valley, killing tens of thousands and destabilizing the empire's leadership. The fall of Tenochtitlan. In 1521, Cortés returned with a massive indigenous army and Spanish reinforcements. His strategy was precise and devastating. He cut off food. He blockaded the lake. He destroyed the aqueducts. He isolated Tenochtitlan piece by piece. For 75 brutal days, the city resisted. Warriors fought from rooftops, canals, and shattered causeways. Women and children starved as the siege tightened. When the Spanish forces finally breached the center of the city, Tenochtitlan fell. Its temples burned. Its palaces crumbled. Its last emperor, Cuauhtémoc, was captured. The city that once dazzled the world became rubble. Aftermath. The fall of Tenochtitlan marked the end of the Aztec Empire. In its place, Spain built a colonial capital, Mexico City. Indigenous peoples faced forced labor, religious conversion, and the reshaping of their entire world. Yet the Aztec legacy survived, hidden in language, food, traditions, and the cultural roots of modern Mexico. The empire may have collapsed, but its influence never disappeared. Closing reflection. The Aztecs rose through determination, organization, and military strength. They fell through internal resentment, foreign force, and an invisible enemy they could not understand. Their story stands as one of history's most dramatic rises and one of its swiftest collapses. The echoes of their world still linger in the valley they once ruled. If this chapter pulled you in, there are countless more waiting. Lost empires, ancient puzzles, vanished cultures, and histories that refuse to be forgotten. The next video is already open for you.